Hey, my investy besties, welcome back to Mommy Trader. If you are new here, welcome. We are very friendly and open and just really trying to get some of this information out there to change the face of wealth. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I always appreciate you guys being here. You really have no idea. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. So on this video, we're going to be doing our portfolio update for the month of August. I really like doing these check-ins because it really allows my husband and myself to see the liquid side of things in terms of our investments. So when you hear me say liquid, it's just how fast we can access the money. So the traditional rule of thumb is that if you put a request in for the funds on a Monday, you should be able to receive them by that Friday. And so we wanted to make sure we check in and make sure everything was going the way that we wanted it to, especially because we are trying to achieve FIRE, which is financial independence, retire early. And because we plan on retiring early from the 9 to 5, in about 6 years, though, I really do believe we can retire a little sooner than that, but our retirement number is $3 million. And so we want to make sure that all of our investments as a whole and on the liquid side of things are matching up to the way that we want them to. So let's get into the details. So as you can see, I'm going to zoom this in because I want to make sure that you guys can see this well. And I will just, actually, that's not good enough either. I'm just going to put up to 100 and I'll just move it, like across the screen so that you guys can see. So right here in this box is our portfolio types. I have these kind of categories, these general categories, though down here, everything is kind of spelled out in detail. But I just wanted to have a quick glance from my husband and myself to see how the accounts in general are doing. So in this first box, we have our retirement. That is the 401k, the HSA, the SEEP, and the Roth. We have a separate column here, or not column, but row for dividends. We have another one for growth stocks. We have another one for our regular brokerage accounts. That's the kids' Fidelity accounts, and that's also our penny stock, spec stock account, which is with Webull. The next is with rental property equity. Now, I did not include our main home in none of this. If you see this box right here, it says none of this is including this. So our primary home is not included because we don't really consider that like liquid per se, though that is an asset. My husband's company stock, we don't consider that liquid, though he could request payout for his shares, but we're trying to wait until he's fully vested. He's coming up on his 4th year in January, so he has 5 years, and then we are going to cash it in and pay off our primary home and maybe invest in some other things. It does not include our car values as well. Our cars are paid off. It does not include the value of my husband's business, and it does not include any potential inheritances. So when I say liquid, I do mean liquid, though I consider our rental properties liquid because in this market, we could sell our rental properties. It won't be in a week, but we could be under contract in a week. I'm over asking. So that's why I included those there. So the equity on those properties is about 114,000, a little over. Then we have other, always have an other. That's some metals that we have. We do have gold and silver coins and plates. And we also have the kids' college. That's $13,281. EF fund, emergency fund. That's about $34,000, a little over. Cryptocurrency hit the 10,000 mark, which is great, about 10,238. And our investing savings challenge, again, that's picking 4 or 5 expenses for the week, coming under budget, and whatever you save, invest. It's a really, really easy way to start investing if you don't have the extra income to do so. And that's at $741.38. Look at this, guys. I mean, this is crazy how we managed to invest this just by coming under budget in groceries or health and beauty, household, gas, eating out, anything that we saved, we invested. So when you add all of that up, that is $457,367.85 in terms of our the liquid portion of our investments. Scrolling down here, everything is broken down in detail. I'm not going to go over all of this in detail because you guys can see it. I'll just point out some things that kind of really stood out to us. So as you guys can see, our Fidelity account was at 210,000, but the market is the market, and it's at 208,323.70. But again, we're still happy with the progress, and we believe when we do our next portfolio update in September that we should be at the 210,000 mark again, if not sooner. Our backdoor Roth is 0. I am filming this process in video, and I will have that up soon. I just wanted to film that video because a lot of people do have questions about how does the backdoor Roth work, and seeing it in action. And I wanted to make sure I filmed that so that you guys can have a visual, because I could just tell you how, but if you can see what I'm clicking on and see how I'm transferring things, I think that'd be a little bit easier. And I'm a visual learner too. Moving on to the kids' college, hit $10,000. Again, we started late, and I always talk about this on this channel, that if you feel like you are behind or starting later in life, just pick up and just start fresh, move forward, because you don't realize that you can use the time that you have now to your benefit. And to see this over 10,000, and we are investing their child tax credit as well. And so again, I am a believer that this will continue to grow, and we will put more money in this. The kids' brokerage account has about $1,000 in it. Let's see what else stood out. Our emergency fund, I did talk about that in a video. I'll link that up above, but I did talk about how we plan on increasing our emergency fund to $45,000. Why? Because we have several rentals. We have a main home. We're a family of 5. My husband is currently working, and though his job is secure, we want to make sure that we have money set aside, because things always break, especially if you have several homes, and we don't want to have to dig into our investments. It's always nice to have a cushion on the side. But if we make any changes to it, I'll let you guys know. What else jumped out to us? And Robinhood, our short-term goal for this account is to get to $20,000. And so to see that we're a little over 16,000 is just really, making us feel hopeful that we should achieve the 20,000, hopefully by the end of this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But if not, growth is growth and a gain is a gain. So as you can see, the totals down here match the totals up there. And I always like to go over our goal allocations for our portfolio. So as you know that I've mentioned this rather, that we have set goal allocations for these different types of portfolio categories. And, we'll change this or alter this if we see that it needs to be. But for now, we would like to get our retirement around the 40% and increase some of the other areas like our dividends, increase that allocation, the growth stocks, increase that as well. Get some more rental properties as well. We really enjoy, though it is work, don't get me wrong, being a landlord, but we feel like it's easier for us versus a corporation, and a lot of our tenants appreciate that about us, is that they can talk to a person because we're empathetic and sympathetic. We are compassionate. If you tell us what's going on, we're flexible, and they really like that relationship versus if they had to talk to, like a big corporation or management company. At least that's what we were told. So we really enjoy, owning rental properties, though it is work. It is work, but we enjoy it. And so we would like to get that up to about 25%. Now it is currently that, but we would like to get 2 more to 3 more properties, hopefully by the time we reach our early retirement number. Let's see. We would like to get our cryptocurrency up to about 5%. We are big fans of crypto. We do believe that is the future, and so we want to make sure that we get in on the ground floor. If you are interested in cryptocurrency, I do have a video in the description box where I talked about it, and I am planning on filming a crypto part 2, I guess, if you would like to call it. So let me know if you are interested in cryptocurrency, learning more about it. I would suggest you do your research because it is a very volatile place to be right now. A lot of people have lost money because they didn't do their due diligence, and YOLO. I mean, we all have that fear of missing out, that FOMO. And so again, guys, this is our percent allocations. So everything always adds up to 100. You want to make sure that your numbers are right. Let's go on over here to our chart. Oh, let me move this over. Well, all right then, let's move this over. We'll just leave it like this, and I'll move my face. Okay, so again, this is just a graphic to show me a visual of how our liquid assets are doing. So as you guys can see, most of it is tied up in retirement. I think that's the same way for most people. But like I mentioned, we would like to get some of these other portfolios up so that we can have more of that passive income, that month-to-month income to live on when we do reach our retirement number. And of course, down here, I always have my order of withdrawal. You guys know I talk about this often. When we reach FIRE, we need to know the order of which we're going to take this money out so that we can live on. So we have our first threshold here. We'll live on rental income, side business, dividends, interest, so on and so forth. The second threshold is withdrawing from our growth stocks. So hopefully by the time we do retire, Tesla will be way ahead, Amazon will be way ahead, and we can start nibbling off of those gains. Next is like Roth, live off of that in the second threshold. And then in the third threshold, HSA withdrawals. I talk about HSA a lot on this channel. I have a video in the description box if you want to know more about an HSA. Our savings, we would ideally like to get our savings to 2 years worth of expenses. That's an idea that I got from Our Rich Journey, Aman and Christina, because they are amazing. And I really think having 2 years worth of cash to be able to withstand any market dips or crashes is really good. So you don't have to cash out of your investments. You can kind of, withstand the volatility until the market comes back. And then Social Security, if there's some left. But that's pretty much the video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know, do you track your portfolio updates each month or once a quarter? Are you looking into the liquid side of things, how much cash or like assets that you can really liquidate in a short amount of time, like in a week? Or are you planning on trying to retire early or become work optional? Let me know down in the description box below. I really love talking with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment, hit the little bell notification button so that you don't miss an upload every time I post a video. Follow me over on the Instagram. I post there more often, and I would love to have you over there. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.